Hi everyone, I'm Marianne. I'm a visual artist and voice coach from Singapore, currently in Singapore, and welcome to another installment of my weekly vlog series, Live Your Dream. So if you're someone who has a dream and you want to make it come true and you're not quite sure how to get started to do that, or maybe you've already started taking action and you find that it's so difficult, nobody around you gets it, well, this is a vlog series that I'm recording especially for you because I'm sharing whatever it is that I have learned and am learning so far in my journey of pursuing whatever it is that really matters to me, creating a worthy and meaningful purpose for myself, and ultimately fulfilling my biggest, wildest dreams as an artist, as a voice coach, as a human being, just trying to do my best to live the best life that I can possibly live. So I believe that the life that you have, you are the only person who can live it to the best possible way that you can, and ultimately everything that you do is your choice. And and my wish for the world and my dream for the world is that every single person can live the life that they were truly meant to live and be your truest self and discover what that is for you. So if you have any questions about all this, feel free to ask them in the comments, or you can also directly message me through any one of my social media links which are in the write-ups attached to these videos. So I was thinking about what to share this week, and then I went on Facebook, and they do that thing where they say like your memories from this day like years ago. So one of the things that popped up right away was 2 years ago I painted the fifth Dream Tree mural in my series of 100 murals around the world, which I've so far only completed 8 back in September 2019 because that was before COVID happened. And yeah, so I've been in Singapore since then and working on other things. So anyway, I was reminded of painting Dream Tree number 5, and it was in this place called Užupis, which is a self-proclaimed kind of like a fake republic, although they claim that they are real, in Vilnius, Lithuania. And it is a very interesting neighborhood. It's very artsy, it's very creative. The vibe there is very kind of bohemian. And I really, really loved visiting that place, even though I was only there for like a week. But yeah, I wish that I could have spent way more time there and really get to know that place as well as I could possibly. But what I wanted to share today, basically seeing that reminder on my Facebook feed really reminded me of how this dream tree came about, because it wasn't exactly in my plan to paint a dream tree in Užupis. It was something that kind of happened along the way. And this reminds me of a quote by Paulo Coelho, which I have here on my laptop because I cannot memorize quotes to save my life. And this is from my favorite book by Paulo Coelho, which is The Alchemist. And and the quote says, "When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it." So it's basically saying that, when there is something that you really, really want that is truly something that is connected to you and not something that you think you want, but really something that matters to you and has meaning and purpose for you, somehow as you go about taking action to make this thing happen, somehow the cards will line up and things will fall into place, and suddenly all these coincidences will actually lead to an unfolding that would bring you closer to manifesting whatever that thing is. And of course, I'm not saying that when there's something you really, really want, like I want more money, and then suddenly the universe gives you more money, although it is kind of an intention that you put forth as well. But I guess what I'm saying is that when there is something that truly matters to you, that is related to your dream, that is related to the purpose that you create as a meaning and worthy way of living your life, then somehow when you start taking action, things would start to unfold and fall into place. And this is exactly what happened with the Dream Tree number 5. Okay, so to set up the context first, in 2019 I was accepted into 5 artist residencies in Europe, pretty much back to back, in a total of 5 different places in 4 countries. So when I was in my first residency, which was in Latvia, I was in a town called Cesis, and I shared on social media, of course, that I was painting this mural in Cesis. And somebody that I know saw this on my social media feed, and she was like, "Hey, my boyfriend and I are taking a road trip in that Baltic region, so like Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, and they just so happen to be coming to Latvia from Vilnius, Lithuania, and And yeah, and they were like, can we stop by and see your mural if it's on the way? And it turns out that, Sassis was right on the way on their route. And so they came to Sassis to see me on pretty much like my second last day there. And when I met with them, even though it was only for an afternoon that I hung out with them, they told me about this place in Vilnius called Užupis, which is like, really interesting and artistic. And hey, I should try to get a mural done there. And so I went back and I looked up Užupis and I'm like, oh my gosh, this place sounds so crazy and interesting. And I think maybe if I knew someone there, maybe I could, somehow make a mural happen there, since I was going to go to Vilnius anyway at some point. So anyway, I finished that residency. I went to my next one, which is in Lithuania in a place called Kinte. And so I hadn't been to Vilnius yet, but so when I arrived in Kinte, I met one of the coordinators of the residency, and so I asked her, do you know of anyone in this place called Užupis, or anyone in Vilnius who is linked to Užupis somehow? Like, I would love to do a mural there as well if possible. And she said, well, she doesn't really know anyone, but maybe she'll just ask around and see what she can come up with. So I kind of just left it at that, and I went about doing my residency in Kinte, painting Dream Tree number 4 there basically. And then a few days into my stay in Kinte, I met the main coordinator of the residency, the founder of the residency basically, and she told me that she has an apartment in Užupis, and there is a wall in the driveway which would be perfect for a mural. And that wall is like right next to the main street. It's right along the main street of Užupis. Well, it's in the driveway, but the driveway is like right on the main street of Užupis, like basically where people enter that republic. It's like on that street. And definitely for sure people will see that mural. And I was just stunned because I couldn't believe that somehow I managed to get another mural in, like, all these little coincidences just led to me being able to do a mural in Užupis, which I was just amazed. And of course, at that point in time, I remembered that quote from Paulo Coelho that really, when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. And so because of that, I got to paint an additional mural in my, during my residency time frame. So it was supposed to be 5, but in the end I painted 6 of them. Insane. So this is something that I have noticed several times in my journey as an artist, that whenever I want something, somehow things just fall into place. And I don't know, I'm sure there's some sort of cosmic significance of how things line up, and I guess if you knew how to read the signs around you, there could be a way to tap into these things to make sure that you're following the flow of things to get things unfolding in your favor. But I don't know much about that, and so I'm not going to go into that. But what I'm saying is that whatever it is that really matters to you, I think the most important thing is to just take action on that dream, because just by you taking action, you don't know what it's going to lead to. You don't know what it's going to unfold next. And even recently, even though I'm stuck here in Singapore and I can't really paint another mural, well, it is possible to paint a mural in Singapore, but it's a little bit more difficult. But I've been wanting to learn spray painting because I think it's a lot faster than using paintbrushes. Or at least, it's good to have a few different tricks up my sleeve, right? And I started doing that last week. And I think I got the wrong kind of cans because I really don't know anything about spray painting. And I think I got the wrong kind of cans, and it basically, I don't have the right space for it as well. And so I was very discouraged by the progress, the barely non-existent progress that I made from that one morning's practice. And then because, spray paint is kind of expensive as well, and I was like, I don't know if I don't want to end up buying something that I'm not going to use. And so I was a little bit stuck because I didn't know how to go about, testing things out when it comes to spray painting. And then just like a couple of hours ago, I saw an ad on Instagram which basically was advertising a space in Singapore where people can go there and spray paint. And so I just went to their website to look it up, to see how much it costs. And it just so happened that they are doing like a free event in celebration of Pride Month. And yeah, anyone could come for free. Like, you just have to book a time slot and just go there and you can spray paint for free. And I was just like, what? like seriously. And yeah, and so I managed to get a time slot like exactly at the time that I was free. And so yeah, I'm gonna be going there to do that. It's just insane. So like yeah, so really, like, if there's something that you really want, just take action. Like, you may not know where it will lead, you may not know how it will turn out, and I don't want to say like expect that the universe will conspire in helping you, but it's more like if you take action, it will lead to something. And and if it's something that truly matters to you, somehow things will fall into place, somehow the universe will conspire to help you achieve whatever that thing is. Okay, but the more important thing is take action, do something, even if it's like just research, even if it's just looking things up, just take some action towards making your dream happen, towards getting you closer to making that dream happen, whatever it is for you. So if you have enjoyed today's video, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, or you can also directly message me through any one of my social media links which are in the write-ups attached to these videos. And I'll see you next week.